Hi, Sue Ellam here. I'm a tarot reader and have been for about 25 years now. And I use the Mythic Tarot, and they're based on Greek mythology.
And hi, I'm Carrie Beleno, 20 plus years for me here too, intuitive Reiki master teacher and a spiritual life coach. And I am going to pull a question for both of us to intuit our hopefully helpful messages for you. How do we achieve physical, mental, and emotional balance?
By deciding that you want it to start off with, there's many people that are very unbalanced, there generally isn't any balance. But this card, the Emperor, he's, well, it's he or she, it's the energy of it really. And you need to be very determined, very decisive. You need to be very clear exactly what your direction is, what you want to do, and then not let anyone get in your way. So you have to make that decision that this is what you want to achieve. You want to achieve balance, therefore you have to make a decision and you have to walk your talk, because it's so easy to get distracted. Other people take you off your path in any of the areas. How many times have you broken a diet because someone's invited you out for dinner? All these different things. And it's about lifestyle, really. At the end of the day, being balanced in all ways is about choosing a lifestyle that enables that, rather than, because even if we get fixated, as I said before, about diets, then often you don't know, sorry, my tongue is tripping over. We're not looking at our emotions. We're not looking at our spiritual side. We're just focused on the physical, and that creates an imbalance in itself. So if we can find a way that we can nurture all three at once, then that is the way to go. We do need to get support. Support others who are on the same journey. Let other people on the same journey support you. It's all about not letting the people that are trying to disrupt your journey kind of get in your way. Just tell them, you can come with me if you want, but if you are wanting to get in my way, don't, because I'm just going to walk over you, because this is the path I'm on. It's not an easy journey here. The devil is about the things that we feel that we need to address. And this can be, again, to do with diet and exercise. It can be to do with getting rid of negative thinking, changing something about ourselves that no longer works for us, which is holding us back, which might have worked fine for the past, but now we're on this journey to become more balanced. Some of the things that some of the habits we have are no longer conducive to that moving forward. So this is also about, this is a very personal journey. This is about what we think we need to change. It's nothing to do with what anybody else thinks. This is just purely about what we need to change. We can get support from others and we can support others, but we mustn't let their opinion say, oh, you should do this or you should do that. It's only what resonates with you, because if it doesn't resonate with you, you're not going to stick with it. And we've got to do things for ourselves and not for other people. Keep hold of the vision. Again, it's all about not getting distracted by other people. If you hold on to the ultimate goal and not let anyone sidetrack you, keep walking your talk, you will gather people to you who have the same purpose, who can support you. And they will, in some ways, help you to see what it is you need to change. So things you might not have realized you needed addressing until you got into that situation. And then, so that's a learning, but it's like somebody else has drip fed you the information. They haven't said, you've got to do this. They've just made you aware of the fact that this is something you need to do something about. And that becomes part of your vision, and not giving up. Again, there can be some conflict here, and it can be, and when we're talking about emotional stuff, spiritual stuff, even physical, but more emotional than spiritual, there's a lot of conflict. And there can be kind of arguments with other people. We can lose friendships if we're not careful, because not everybody is wanting to be on your path, and you're no longer. Some people can take exception. They can get very touchy and think, oh, you're trying to become better than us. You don't know where people are coming from. But it's also the internal conflict that becomes part of any of our journeys, whether it be physical, spiritual, or emotional. There's inner conflict, or maybe I can start tomorrow, or or this doesn't really sit well with me. It's going to be too uncomfortable. It's not really. Do I really want to do this after all? It all goes back to keeping hold of your vision and walking your talk. Because if you do, it's going to be smooth sailing, anxiety and tension behind you, and you will have found your balance. And those are the cards.
Love that last card. I love when that one comes up.
Yeah.
So, yes, I want to go to the point that you made about friends or relationships pointing things out to you, and that is absolutely true. They are often mirrors or indicators of what we need to change or work on. But I want to caution you, it needs to resonate with you. What they say needs to resonate with you. So, if someone declares that you're too emotional or not emotional enough, or you overanalyze or whatever, we have to be very careful that we look at the truth of that and how that feels to our heart, because it's very easy to be waffled by people's opinions, especially if our feelings are hurt, and it not actually be our truth. I've had so many clients say, I've been called too sensitive my whole life. And they're 50 years old, and now they're thinking, wait a minute, I point out with them that sensitivity is what created the life that they have now. And it's not a bad thing. So just because someone calls you too sensitive doesn't actually mean it's your truth or something that you have to change. So it means digging down really deep and seeing what resonates with you. And the other thing that you brought up that I really want to hone in on is the intention word. It is so important that we set our intentions for everything, for intentions with flexibility, but intentions and what you state matters. So if your intention is to feel more balanced, it's very important that you don't go onto social media and declare how unbalanced you are, because that is defying your intention of being balanced. So if you are working toward mental health, let's say, or mental emotional health, and you're putting in spiritual practices and you're putting in exercise and you're doing the hard work, and then you get on social media and say, I suffer from X mental breakdowns, or I suffer from XYZ. You're taking that hard work, that intention, and energetically cutting it up into little pieces. So it's very important that when you set your intention and your actions start following that intention, that your words and your conversations and your social media posts don't reflect the opposite, because you'll undo all of the energetic work that you've been putting into those intentions. So even think of it too, even as I intend to get a better job. You can't intend that and start imagining and start applying and start talking with people and start networking and then come home every night and say, I'm never going to get a better job. It's never going to happen, because it won't. You're going to negate all of the hard work that you put into it. So just be careful that your words and your actions and your conversations match the intention that you set.
Yeah, it's interesting. When you said that about social media, it made me think, because, you know, when people are running businesses, and now there's this kind of emphasis, let people know who you are. You know, people buy people, and they don't buy products, and know you and trust you. And it's finding the balance to make sure that you're not oversharing, because there's some people that, you know, that just say everything, and yeah, they can, but then they attract people who try to fix them, and so it becomes like a vicious cycle. And if they still haven't got past that, you know, you can bring up personal stuff that's relevant, but by telling somebody that you had a mental breakdown when you're at such and such an age, or you know, you had a history of promiscuity, you know, and all these different things, then it's going to turn as many people off as it will on.
Right.
And so it is very much what you put on, what you wouldn't be horrified to read 10 years hence. You know, that kind of, you know, there is a thing about, you know, putting ourselves out there like we're doing. But it's not all about personal histories and different things. It, you know, I personally am not comfortable with that anyway. I mean, there's certain things that is useful to say, of certain things that have happened, but only in context. But putting up family history and all that stuff, it's dangerous, I think. And there's this it's quite seductive, social media. You can talk to people on there and they feel like friends, and then you get into an honest conversation, and you forget that this could potentially be seen by thousands, if not millions, of people who will judge you, and then you will start getting comments, and hence no more balance.
Completely agree. You will never see me sharing anything that I don't want the world to know on social media, but I don't hesitate in sharing with you, for instance, a past incident or whatever, an insecurity. I will share it with people, but I won't share on social media. So I get it. Trying to follow the advice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So anyway, what was the question we were answering?
The question was, how do we achieve physical, mental, and emotional balance?
And there you go.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.